Hey guys, Captain here today. Just got in my Sailrite Ultrafeed sewing machine because I'm going to be making some covers for the front windows and side windows on the Lucia. And I figured with all the other boat projects we'd be having going on that it'd probably be better to invest in a good sewing machine and do it that way versus just paying someone else to have it. So just give you an idea of what you're going to be, if you buy one, what you're looking at. There's the box that this thing came in right there. You can see it's a pretty good size. And then the actual case was packed in this box. And the sewing machine itself came in that box. Here's what it looks like. It comes in a pretty heavy duty styrofoam case. And then this is the carrying case that you get, which is actually pretty heavy duty itself. And then here's the base of that case right there. And then all the accessories. And I got a few other accessories, so we'll go through those over time. And then right now, I'm going to be going through this, which is the setup directions to figure out how to take that beast, because it is heavy. I'll look up, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head how heavy it is, but it is quite the machine. It is all cast, and you can see it is quite well put together and meant to last a lifetime. So just from that perspective, I am pretty impressed. And they do send you pieces of material that they have sewed on to show you, okay, your machine actually did sew and it sewed well, and here's what we sent you. So going to go through a few more steps here, figure out exactly what we need to do here to get that thing into that there box, and then we'll continue this. All right, so the first thing we got to do is pick that beast of a machine up and set it on these two pins, which are the hinges for the case, so that you can lift it up and down when it's in the case. So I'm going to go ahead and try and move this thing right now. I will freely admit it is an extremely heavy machine, but we'll go ahead and get it over here and figure out what the best way is. I'm thinking there's that one. A little tricky with the motor on it there. I think I got it in there. Yeah. I do. Or at least it feels like it. Let's see if it sits down in here. No, it must be missing something. I'm just not sure what yet. I backed the set screws out. There's a hole right up under here for set screws. And I had backed them out as far as I thought, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to take another look here and see what's going on, because you can see it doesn't seem to be sitting far enough, and when I rotate it here, it hits. So I'm gonna have to get a light and take a little bit closer look. So we got the sewing machine on the pins now. Actually, I did have to back the set screws out just a little bit. Really hard to see, but these screws, set screws, are up under here, and here. Now I gotta go back in and and tighten those. So should be a little interesting. Okay, was able to get the set screws tightened up, so now you can see the unit flips up and sits in its base and holds itself open, and then comes back down. It's just a little tight, but I think that'll set in time. Now the next thing to do is actually to install the balance wheel and everything, so I'm going to start working on that. The next thing we're going to do here is I've actually removed the 2 screws that hold the belt cover in place. And if you remember from Nick on Sailing Ruby Rose, he had a big time struggling with these. So I took the fact that that happened, and what I've done is I've just put some Scotch tape around the end of my screwdriver, so the sticky tie side is out, and then wrapped it real quick, and then put the screw on it. That should hold my screw so I can put my cover on without any problems, because I did not have a magnetic screwdriver to use like he had suggested. So I'm going to take the I think this is called the posi pin or something off of here right now. We'll leave that belt wrapped up there the way it is. We'll go ahead and we're going to place this over here the way it's supposed to go. And it's hard to see, but down there you can see the hole is. And now with that screw on there though, should be, if I can keep from knocking the screw off. Not left-handed, so this is interesting for me as well. If I can just get it started, I'll be happy. There, we got that one started, so let's go ahead and see if I can be lucky enough to reuse it with the tape on there, or if I might have to put another bit of tape on there. Try and squeeze that down on there so it holds it. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. There we go. Again, I'm not left-handed, so this stuff can be really challenging for me. Take that tape off at this point. Switch over to my right hand, and hopefully we'll get that started. Oh goodness, I'm getting a little. There we go. Come on. I didn't get quite as started as I should have. There we go. I think I got it. Yep. Okay, I'm not going to snug that one up yet. Make sure I got this one in place. Good. That looks good. I'm going to just snug them up a little bit. And I will say a quick thank you to Nick at Sailing Ruby Rose, because I think without the watching your video with the frustration, that I would have fumbled around with this for quite a bit longer. So thanks, Nick. There. Nice and tight. Good and snug. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and install the balance wheel. I did not go with the monster wheel right off the bat, because what I am going to be sewing right away is not that heavy of a material that I believed I needed the extra power of that monster wheel. It's always something that you can buy later from Sailrite, and it'll be a very easy install. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and push the bobbin piece out away here, and then we're going to unthread this nut. And you'll notice it is a backwards thread. It says loosen, so instead of righty-tighty, it's righty-loosey. And then we're going to pull this belt up and around here and put that on. And we'll go ahead and just, I got that belt in the teeth right there, you can see. And it does not actually move the sewing machine until you line up some of these holes. So there's one right there. Let me go ahead and put this back on first. tighten that up there. And then I gotta readjust that again. And this just has a small locking ball on it, it looks like. So I believe it's just a matter of pushing that in through the hole, and then it locks it. And now, yep, I can see my needle and my foot moving. So everything is set up from that perspective. At this point, we're ready to plug it in. Not obviously to use it or anything yet. Still have some additional things, but the instructions say this is the next step. So here's our foot unit with the plug. So obviously they have this keyed, so it'll only go in to the unit one way, which is very nice. I always appreciate that. And just plug that in there. And go ahead and put the foot unit down here on the ground. We can plug that in. I'm not actually going to plug it in right now because I don't think there's anything I need to do that for. So we'll look at what's going to happen next. We're going to install the spool pin. So that came in this nice little pocket package with the bobbins, and we'll take that out, and then obviously the red felt piece that will go over top of it as well to make sure things spin. We'll place the bobbins, and I believe that's a pack of needles in there to the side. This is just going to screw in on top here. There's a hole right there. So we'll take our screwdriver and just tighten that up. It's nice and tight, so I don't think there's any concern about it working its way out. That's pretty snug. And we'll just take our felt, put it down, and it's ready to go. So the machine actually comes with a thread stand that you put together. You put this in here. There's a set screw over here that you put over here and put that in there. But since I bought the case, the deluxe model, it actually has another one that you actually can put together and goes with the machine in the case. I'm going to set this to the side. And what we'll see here is that they give you a little thumb screw, and it's got a threaded piece that we actually have to drive down into this hole, and then this will connect, and that way you can swing it into the machine later so that the case holds it. So fortunately, I gotta give kudos to Sailrite. They've been very good about providing all the necessary tools so far. I did use my own screwdriver just because I felt it was probably a little bit better, but everything that I believe I needed has been included with the system. And this actually is going in relatively easy, so I'm happy to see that. Looks like it's a well thought out system that anybody can put together without any real problems, as long as they follow the instructions and don't force anything. And it just drives that down into the base there, and then this has an internal thread where this thumb screw will actually go into. We'll get that down there nice and tight. There, that feels good. And then once again, this just goes through here. That should go through that hole. Maybe it's a little tight. Let's thread it through there now. Yeah, perfect. I like that. It'll take a little bit just so it doesn't thread on there we go, on the plastic itself. There. Now you can set your spool of thread here, feed it through here, and it'll go back into the machine that way. So looks good. Okay, a couple other accessories that I got that I feel are a necessity for this. Obviously, one of them is the light. I love the fact that it's just a magnet. You can place it, and then you have a very articulate arm that you can use. One thing that I think they could have done a little bit better is there's no plug on the machine itself to plug this into. It would seem that that would have not been very hard on the back of this machine to put an accessory plug and actually drive, especially since it's an LED light. It's not like it's going to be pulling a lot of power or anything like that. You could have just had that so it was wired in all the time. They do give you a couple little connection points so that you can move this cord back around and keep it out of the way so that it's going off the back of the machine, the same as the power cord and the foot cord. So I think that's good. I did get the straight set guide as well. I think that'll be important. It's just beneficial to be able to, really have a running straight edge. I've done a lot of woodwork. A fence on a table saw is extremely important in this. Well, you're not cutting this, you're sewing, and it just seems like that would be a very important thing to have. So did pick that up as well. The other thing that I got based on the first project that I'm going to be doing is the swing away 1-inch binder here, to where you feed that in, it folds it over, and then you can just make your binder go over the edge of the material. Because we're going to be, the first project that I'm doing is actually making the sunscreens for the exterior windows on LaBelle V. In fact, I have some Duraskim that I'll be patterning on the boat here very quickly, and I'll show you a video of how we do that and everything too. But that'll sit in there, swing that in, put the binder through that over the edge, and it creates that nice clean edge on the outside of these sunscreens to make sure that they don't unravel or anything like that, obviously, and just looks a lot better. So overall, pretty impressed with the way the Sailrite machine came. It was extremely well packed. It is extremely heavy. I don't think the FedEx guy liked carrying it around. So once we get the rest of it set up a little bit more, we'll have a couple more videos on some usage and stuff like that, and give you some updates. I want to thank you for watching the video on the Sailrite sewing machine setup. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to find out more information about the things that we're doing. Leave any comments or questions down below, and I'll definitely try and answer them. We're hoping to get out to the boat. Actually have a trip out to the boat coming up this Friday, so I'm going to be making a video about putting the patterning material, the Duraskim, on the front windows of the Lucia 40 or LaBelle V, so that I can actually make the patterns for those shades that we're going to create, and that'll be the first project that I sew on the Sailrite machine. We're also going to get a couple of days sailing in, so hopefully I'll get some good video on some sailing down in the St. Petersburg area for you to enjoy as well. And I do have a couple other boat projects that'll be going on, so we'll definitely try and get some video of that as well, so that you can see really what it's like to own a boat, and not just sailing and all the fun stuff, but actually see some of the maintenance items that go into the owning of a boat as well. Again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and look forward to bringing more, hopefully educational and entertaining videos your way.